you don't want to. Fresh. Okay. And whenever the spirit moves you, go ahead and begin.
I picture myself as a house with many rooms. And as you enter the rooms, you will find that each room has many different things, each with a unique story to tell. Hi, my name is Sarah Villalobos. I'm 18 years old, and this is my second semester here at SMC. And I recently declared my major, which is liberal studies. So in order for you to get to know me a bit better, today I will describe to you my hobbies, my educational goals, and my church. So
Hold on one second. Are you going to, so was this quote from somewhere?
No, I just made it up.
You did?
Yeah.
Perfect. So if it's something like that, because when we start with something, we think, oh man, did somebody else do that? But you did that. Here is something, and then so contextualize that. Here is something that I've written, and then I want you to know about, like me, something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Give yourself some props. Nice. Okay, yes, like somebody clapped. Good. Okay, hon, go ahead and let's make that first transition.
So firstly, I'm going to talk to you about my hobbies in order for you all to get to know me a bit better.
Great.
So obviously I have more than one hobby, but for today I'm going to talk to you about the one hobby that is the most challenging and time-consuming. So I've been playing the flute since 4th grade, and ever since then it's become such a central part of my life. And ranging from elementary school to present, I've been involved in band, marching band, which is my all-time favorite, and various small orchestras outside of school. And currently I'm in the SMC Wind Ensemble and I rehearse once a week for 3 hours straight. And outside of that, I'm also in private music lessons, and I perform with my church once or twice a month. And I also perform in concerts with the SMC Wind Ensemble. So this may not sound like it's very time-consuming, but from my experience, playing this instrument can be really, really tough, especially when you've been playing it for so long, because everything becomes much more higher difficulty as far as music goes, and everything becomes much more challenging. But despite these challenges, playing this instrument has really allowed me to express myself in a lot of different ways, and really just shows what I am capable of doing. And I'm so grateful that I was able to pick up this instrument at such a young age, because it's really allowed me to become a very skilled young adult. And I'm so happy that I let music come into my life, and it's really just changed me as a person, and I hope to continue with it in the future. So now that I've talked to you about my hobbies, next I'm going to talk to you about my church in order for you all to get to know me a bit better.
Sarah, I'm going to stop you real quick. Take a look at your church part.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you know the church part, like you know that flute part?
Yeah.
You're able to simply talk about it? Try it just for this once, only because I want you to practice with your hands, or keep that paper only in one hand, if that makes you feel better. Or you can put the paper down.
I think I'm just going to put the paper down.
Okay, good. I totally agree with you, and I think it's awesome. Let's just try it. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Church, go.
So, should I just start right over? Okay. So I'm not a very religious person to begin with, but becoming a member of this church has been such a life-changing experience for me, in that I've established many lifelong friendships with a lot of the youth that go there, as well as embark on a lot of opportunities that not a lot of people my age get to experience. So I go to St. Paul's Lutheran Church here in Santa Monica, and it's part of the ELCA, or the Evangelical Lutheran Church of America, which is widely known for accepting the LGBTQ community. So I was granted 2 opportunities to travel to both Detroit and Houston, both for community service purposes. I went to Detroit in the summer of 2015, and I went to Houston last summer, 2018. Okay. So during the time that I went to Houston, the city itself was still recovering from Hurricane Harvey. So obviously the sole purpose of that trip was to go there and take on a wide variety of community service projects in an effort to give back to the community and just repair some of the damage that the hurricane itself had caused. Both of these trips were very life-changing for me. Not only was I able to do this community service work and just do something that I was very proud of, but just the bonds that I made with the people there on the trip, not just from my group, but a lot of the youth that I met from other churches across the United States. The memories that I made there have really changed me as a person. The experiences that I had there really made me much more mature. And I'm so grateful for joining that church. It has really allowed me to grow. So now that I've talked to you about my church, next I'm going to talk to you about my educational goals.
Do you ever put your hands in your pocket?
No.
Will you put them down just a bit?
Yeah, sure.
You want to try it there?
Sure.
Okay, let's try it real quick. We'll see how it goes. No problem. I just want to see how we can get out of this one. of like
Okay.
closing ourselves
Let's do
off,
it.
right? So even like putting it here, because it's like that same idea. We do it, you know, it makes us feel cozy. And of course. So simply, right? And you may try picking this one back up and now actually do this. Use this with the one finger, with the one hand.
Okay.
Or grab that piece of paper.
Mhm.
Even fold it in half. Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Because I don't even think yet, really. Okay, and then let's go cruise back over here and go into that last one.
So now I've talked to you about my church. Lastly, I will talk to you about my educational goals in order for you all to get to know me a bit better.
Mhm.
So this is my first and only year at SMC as I will be
Ah.
transferring to LMU in the fall. I actually applied to LMU as a freshman, but I didn't get accepted because there wasn't enough space. And instead, I was granted the opportunity to join the LMU Pathway Program, which is essentially a program where you go to SMC for 1 year or more, depending on the required courses that you need to take for your major. And if you get a 3.0 or above, then you automatically transfer. And if you get a 3.75 or above, then I believe you get a partial scholarship. So obviously, when I received this invitation, I was very excited, and that LMU is very conveniently located to me. It's literally right down the street from where I live, and it's one of my dream schools. But just the fact that I get to come here for a year, I'm so grateful for because it's really allowed me to understand what I want to do with my life as far as what major I want to choose. And I know that I'm fully prepared to move on to university. And while I'm there, I'll be so grateful for the experiences that I have here. So last semester I ended with a 3.8 GPA, which obviously qualifies me for the transfer as well as the partial scholarship. Obviously, I have to see how I do this semester, and I'm hoping to maintain a 4.0 GPA and just finish this semester with a positive mindset that I finished last semester with. So, in conclusion, today I talked to you about my church, my hobbies, and my educational goals. So these are just some of the many rooms that are in my house, but they are the rooms that I'm the most proud of.